Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to another project reveal. I'll be taking you through this beautiful space that we've been working on for a few months now. Today I'll share with you the living room and the dining area, and the most exciting part is that we've been challenged to do a style that you guys might not have seen us work with. So it's a beautiful classic glam space and it's so gorgeous. But before you see the after, I wanted you guys to have a look at the before and just see how this transformation has come to life. Now, looking at the befores, the moment you walked in this living room, you're hit by this old school staircase. It wasn't a nice, pleasant, welcoming moment. So we wanted to just have a beautiful feature wall like when you walk in. So we created this fake wall and we were able to hide the staircase with that. I also wanted to be able to create a fake wall that would allow us to center the TV, and that's what we did. And since we were working with more of like a classic glam look, I felt like the TV cabinet would be swallowed in this space because it has tall ceilings. So it just felt right to have a fireplace. My client loves it because, you know, cold evenings, you have this gorgeous fireplace that you can use. And then since now we have this big wall, the idea was to have some shelves on the sides, and this would be able to cover the empty space that we had, and of course have that decor moment that welcomes you in the moment you walk into this space. Another big transformation we had for this space was with the floors. As you see with the befores, we had like this old school design. The tiles were a bit too busy. They were giving a very traditional look that we were not going for, since the client actually wanted that classic glam look. So I wanted to soften things a little bit, and we went with mkeka wa mbao. That's the term I'm gonna use because I know you guys understand mkeka wa mbao. And I just loved this beautiful soft light brown that we got from Floor Solutions. It's so beautiful because it just takes every furniture piece that we have in this space, and it kind of allowed us to even be extra with everything that came in. It just softens the space a little bit, and we love the grains on it. One thing I love about this space is the fact that we have these beautiful moments with every corner that we have in the room. So coming from the TV area, you've seen like how we've curated this gorgeous setup with the shelves. And now I'm at the back of the living room. And like I said, my client loves a classic glam look. She loves whites and she loves gold. So one thing I wanted to do is to also kind of just give a bit of contrast in the space. So you'll see we've added some black elements here and there. And one thing I wanted to do was create drama with this back wall. So we went with this dark paint on this tall wall, and I feel like it just gives a bit of boldness in the space, a bit of depth in the space, and we softened that up with the gorgeous bright curtains that you see. One thing that I love is creating uniformity with the fabrics that we have and just bring a bit of difference with textures. So you'll notice we have these gorgeous curtains that flow down to the beautiful couches that we have. We wanted to keep everything bright and hairy, and one of the main reasons we actually picked this bright fabric for the windows, it's because we wanted to bring in as much light as possible. We have the tall windows, yes, but the light is not as much. So we still wanted to have that bright vibe, that hairy vibe in the space, and just tie in that with the couches that we have in the space. The fabric is a bit textured on the curtains, but now we wanted to have like a difference of a different texture on the couches. So we've gone with like this beautiful light gray velvet fabric. These couches are actually custom made by YK Homes, so they're part of Shop the Look. If you guys would be interested, we'll be happy to deliver something similar to you guys. So again, like I said, it was a classic glam look. So you find the design of the couch is not old school, it's not traditional. We've added this like buttons at the back of the couch to just like give a bit of drama. We've gotten rid of back pillows and just added some decorative ones here and there. And the idea was to bring in a bit of contrast still with like the black, so it ties in with the black walls, but also just give the gold moment, because my client loves gold, and I think the pillows tie in so beautifully. We also went with feather fillers to just like give that, you know, that moment where you get to chop the pillows and it all looks fluffy and good. That's something we wanted to achieve with this space. I actually want to take a moment to just like enjoy these couches and these beautiful accent chairs that we have. So the seating space we have is enough, but the room is big, it's massive, it's wide. So we wanted to bring in more furniture, and we decided to make these gorgeous accent chairs. Went with the same fabric that we have on the couches to just like have that uniformity, but then just brought in a bit of contrast with the gold arms. These accent chairs are also part of Shop the Look by YK Homes, and I think they're so beautiful. We also played around with the layout for this space and finally settled on having the bigger couches facing each other and the armchairs facing the TV, because we wanted to have every furniture in this space sit on the carpet. So we went with the biggest carpet that you can find at Tiles and Carpet, because that's my best place to shop for carpets. So it's a 8 by 11 piece, and you can see it just ties in so beautifully with the couches, the brightness, and then just a bit of black here and there to tie in with the gorgeous coffee table that we have in this space. And yeah, this layout just allowed everything to sit on this carpet, and I think it's a beautiful setup and a beautiful layout for this space. One of my best furniture piece in this living room has to be the gorgeous coffee table, and it's not because it's part of our Shop the Look, but actually every piece that you see in this space, it's part of Shop the Look. This gorgeous coffee table is so beautiful, it's so big, the grains are so beautiful, and even the fluted detailing that we have at the base, it just gives enough drama for the space, enough character for this space, and I think it's so beautiful. So we wanted to have like a nested moment with the coffee tables so that we can just have more top space when my client has guests, and also just have a beautiful piece that sits in this gorgeous space that we have, because the space is big, it's massive. One piece would not have made sense for the space. So just to work around scale and proportion for this living room, it made sense to just have a big piece that's toned out, and it's just a decor piece on its own. To have more top space, we actually added a side stool, and I think that helps the whole space feel complete, and it's now super functional for our clients. And now we have this gorgeous setup. It's so beautiful, a lot of gold happening here, and one of the main things that we wanted to do was to just have a console moment, because we don't have anywhere to have like an entryway in this space. So we had this empty wall, and we felt right to just like introduce a mirror somewhere, a console somewhere they can just place their keys when they come home, and I think it's gorgeous. We also went with the glass top to just like tie it in with the shelves that we have on the TV area, and just decorated it in a very simple way. We went with like this gorgeous lamp that you see. We just wanted to work with big pieces to help like cover most part of this area. A trick I would share with just anyone, maybe if you have a massive house that is this huge, the idea is to work with big pieces. They help fill up the gap, and they make everything just look good and look complete. We also have like a few photo frames here and there. We'll be putting some photos for our clients, and that's why you'll see like we have a lot of frames going on the console and also on the shelf, but we'll be filling those up with our clients' photos, and I think everything will just look now personalized and also cozy for them as they enjoy their space. We have a lot of decor moments in this space, and I think everything just stands out on its own. The artwork we have on that empty wall is so gorgeous. The colors just tie in with everything that we have, from the couch to the pillows to the coffee tables. It's a mix of like all the colors that we have in this space, and I think that kind of brings everything together. We also wanted to have like a beautiful, nice light fixture for the space. This house came with the gypsum that you see. We can't change much with the house because it's still a rental. So we went with a simpler design of light fixture, something that just takes in the gypsum and looks good and just looks fit for the space. So I think this is enough for the living room. It's so gorgeous. Let me know one of your favorite things for this space. It can be even the wall lights that we have, the plants, the furniture, and like I said, everything is available on Shop the Look. But for now, let's have a look at the dining area, but maybe just a final look at this living room. And now we are looking at the most beautiful dining setup ever. I like this space so much. It's beautiful. Everything ties in together so beautifully. And one thing we were keen on, or something we just wanted to do, is to create uniformity with the two spaces. That is the living room and also the dining area. So what we did in the living room kind of inspired the look we went with for this space. It's more or less on the same floor plan, but we have like this wooden railing that is going around the dining area. So we still wanted to be able to have like a beautiful moment for the space, even if it was a bit separate from the living room. So you'll notice we've gone with the same fabric that we have on the couches, and it's so beautiful. This velvet fabric is actually from tiles and carpet, and then we custom made these dining chairs ourselves. We added the gold frames to just like tie in with all the gold accents we have going on in the living room. And one of our beautiful moments is this gorgeous dining table. It's big enough, it's unique. I wanted to introduce the curves because we felt like we had a lot of, it felt like it was a box. So introducing different shapes kind of broke all the seriousness that was going on with the space. So again, went with the fluted leg design that we still have going on with the coffee table to just like have that uniformity. And it's a beautiful heavy table. We custom made this piece with mahogany and then stained it to black, and I'm so proud to just say again, this is available on Shop the Look, and you guys can get to enjoy these pieces in your homes. We also wanted to just like have a carpet that grounds this space, something that picks from everything that we have going on with the furniture, and also just have like a glam moment with it. So you'll see some gold details, you'll see some beautiful contemporary designs here and there, and I think it helps like tie in the space together and it just grounds it. I love this setup, it's beautiful, and I love that it can seat 8 people. So we also have this gypsum ceiling going on, and it just felt a bit too busy, and we wanted to have like a beautiful light fixture that just drops on the table. So we went with something a bit more minimalist with like the LED lights so that we don't have to introduce a lot of bulbs, and just something so simple and sleek, and I think it's perfect. It gives a bit of warmth in the space, and it just stands out on its own. I love it. There's a lot that maybe we could have been able to do with this space if it was open, but also we could not touch the structural bit of it because like I mentioned, it's a rented space. But I think right now it's beautiful and it's very functional for our clients. And again, we also had these empty walls on just one side of the dining area, and we wanted to introduce like the same artwork we have in the living room to just help cover those empty walls. And I think they just take all the colors again that we have in the dining space, the blacks, the gold, the whites. It's just the perfect pieces for the space, and they help complete it all to perfection.
Without you, I would be nothing. No air would flow through my lungs. Without you, I'd be forgotten. Nobody's singing my song. I'm saving That's why I keep you